And then the other little thing about Cuckoo is it's also kind of about his 1. If you can land the 1 on the enemy, it's going to slow them enough to where you can line up your 3 very easily. So Rat goes down. Nejad is ulted her, lands on our tornado. Pretty easy kill there. So if you can hit your 1, it's going to apply the slow, and then you can usually line up your ult or your 3 from there. Was that a 180 turnaround dude? I saw the Hebo turned around and he missed. I probably just didn't catch him with my eye. Hit him with the 1, hit him with the ult, turn, oh baby. That's what we like to see. So 4-1 and 1. Off to a good start. We got a decent amount of money, so let's go ahead and back and buy some boots. What do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Seanyb Gaming, and today we're going to be playing some Kukulkan in Midlane, and for the rest of the video we're just going to call him Cuckoo for simplicity's sake. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We like to play some Smite. There's a bit of a learning curve in Smite, and we are here to reduce that learning curve. So if you have any questions or want to see any particular god played in any role, be sure to leave a comment or join the Discord server. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. We got some fun gameplay today. So let's kind of go over Kukulkan a little bit. Or Cuckoo, sorry. Kukulkan is the warrior, and that is why we're going to call this one Cuckoo for the rest of the game. So Cuckoo's 1 is going to be a line attack that when hitting an enemy is going to apply a slow. Okay, so first blood for the enemy team. That is not good for us. We are playing with Preston Penn, who is a homie, so we are partied up with one person in this game. Cuckoo's 2 is going to give him an increased movement speed, and it's also going to make him immune to slows while it is active. And then Cuckoo's 3 is the main damaging ability. You're going to want to throw this on wave. It's going to tick 5 times over 2.5 seconds. And each tick damage is going to also scale based off 15% of your power. So right there we're able to hit the 1 and get a basic attack off, and right there we're able to hit the 3. So he had to pop his Aegis just to survive. We see that the jungler is rotating from left lane, so we are about to have the other enemy jungler in our lane. We also want to be looking at red buff. So line attack, Nejad is able to clean that up. We got a little bit of poke onto Ratatasker, and now I'm pinging the enemy red buff. That way Nejad knows that I want to invade, not go for our red. And because the Hebo is down, it's just the Ratatasker that could pressure us. And we have a pretty good chance of being able to secure the buff if it's just Ratatasker. So unfortunately Ratatasker is hanging around mid, so we do need to use our 2. And that is exactly why I put a point into our 2 for our level 3 ability. Now we have a point into everything, and we're going to want to start maxing out our 3. We're going to want to max out our 3, our ultimate when we can, and then our 1. Our 1 is going to get an increased slow whenever we put points into it. And in terms of the build, we are going Book of Thoth to kind of go hand in hand with Cuckoo's passive. So we're going to build the stackable mana item to increase, to increase our mana. So our red is getting invaded. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. Unfortunately, Ratatasker is able to secure it. We're going to go back mid. We don't really want to contest him. Hebo was waiting for us, got a little poke, good for him. That was a little bit of a routing issue for me. So Amaterasu's in mid. We are going to be able to clean up the wave, and we're going to back because we are low health and low mana. Ideally, we would want to back whenever we had 1,300 gold, but unfortunately, we weren't able to achieve that this game. So we're just going to back, pick up 3 potions, 2 mana, 1 health, and that should put us in a position to where the next time we back, we're going to have the 1,300 gold needed to buy the item. So just marching up mid, it looks like Amaterasu, our support, is rotating over from early on, and it looks like Chiron is still kind of requesting the help. But by Amaterasu coming mid, the Chiron is going to be able to level up faster than the Neith and Aphrodite. as long as they're not holding wave. So the Charon should be able to kind of gain a lead advantage, and then Amaterasu should help me secure some camps, and it should be okay. So there's nothing really for us to go for right now. We're going into the jungle. Yeah. We see the Afro. We're going to turn back around, saying hi to the non-moving Amma. Very interesting clip right there. Amma just standing there. Afro walks right around her to go for me. Looks like Neja is going to be able to clean this up. Basic. Yes, sir. That puts us on the board. 1-0-1. Off to a pretty good start. We have our ultimate. The Hebo does not have his ultimate. Their red is up, so we're going to try to invade. I would say invading the enemy red buff is a lot easier in the earlier game because it takes longer for them to get their damage off. In the late game, they can burst you and be... Okay, run time. Pop the shell. I don't think we're getting out of this. We're going to pop the 3 on the ground. Yeah. Unfortunate. So probably not the best invade. We had 3 people there versus 2. Not exactly sure how that fell apart so much. Probably the Hebo ult. Anyway, we are okay. We're just going to recover from that. Maybe we should be a little less aggressive on the invades. We are getting less XP for securing their red buff than we would for our red buff. This is a small little change that they made to Conquest to deal with in the invading meta of Season 6. So before 15 minutes, if you invade an enemy camp, red, blue, XP, whatever, it's going to give you a reduced amount of gold and XP up until the 15-minute mark. After the 15-minute mark, it's like you're hitting your own camp, getting the full XP and gold. Before that 15-minute mark, you're getting more XP and gold from invading your own stuff, or getting your own stuff, than you are from invading. So we miss our 1. This Hebo is completely out of mana, so he's not that much of a threat right now.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
Okay.
We're going to throw the tornado, cause him to take a step back. And we could be mean and kind of... Oh, he's not backing anyway. I was going to say we could be mean and try to cancel his back. And ultimate. Oh, baby. Very nice. So that was a little sample of Kuku's ult.
Your left tower is under attack.
Kuku's ult does crazy damage. I think it scales 125% off of his power. Most Kuku games are kind of defined by how many ultimates you hit. If you hit a majority of your ultimates, you're probably going to have a pretty good game. But if you're missing your ultimate, you're really missing out on the damage potential that Kuku has. So being able to line those up and secure those are going to make a huge difference in your total player damage, your total kills and assists, and your total effectiveness as a teammate. So we want to hit as many of those as possible. And then the other little thing about Kuku is it's also kind of about his 1. If you can land the 1 on the enemy, it's going to slow them enough to where you can line up your 3 very easily. So Rat goes down. Neja just ulted her, lands on our tornado. Pretty easy kill there. So if you can hit your 1, it's going to apply the slow, and then you can usually line up your ult or your 3 from there. Was that a 180 turnaround Duke? I saw the Hebo turned around and he missed. I probably just didn't catch him with my eye. Hit him with the 1. Hit him with the ult. Turn. Oh, baby. That's what we like to see. So 4-1-1. Off to a good start. We got a decent amount of money, so let's go ahead and back and buy some boots. We are going to buy the cooldown boots. Kuku is a ranged mage, so he's able to play from the back line, and if anybody is aggressing onto him, he's able to pop his 2 and try to boost away. So because of this, he kind of plays very backliney, and since he's backliney, we're going to go for the cooldown instead of the lifesteal boots. If I was in the front line or like face trading with people, I would definitely want to get the lifesteal. But for this game, it makes sense for me to go cooldown. We got 2 people fighting. Neja is doing decent poke, decent distraction. There's 3 people here. We are not going to win this fight as is. So we're going to kind of fall back under tower.
Be right back.
Looks like Rat and Afro are running away. Missed my 1 when he was right in front of me. Able to get my 3 off. That is his sanctuary again. So he's not going to be able to use that when I ultimate in 10 seconds. Just going to throw the 3 onto the wave, and then that's pretty much full clear. The beauties of Kuku. Oh, there's a Neath right here. We kind of ult just to make sure we get our damage off.
Carry me, team.
Neja is able to get 1. I missed by 1 again. If I would have hit that 1, that Neath would have been in a lot more trouble than she was. We did get her really weak, but the 1 really throws them through a loop because they're slowed. Able to hit Rat with the 3. Late game, that would be a death sentence, but right now we just don't have the power. So as Chiron is over on red, we're going to go ahead and clean this up. Take the red buff and head back mid. Kukulkan, not Kuku, is on the enemy team, putting high pressure onto Amaterasu. We got a slow off. We miss our 3, but that is okay. So we are about half health and about half mana. We don't have any potions. So we're probably going to need to back pretty soon. We just got poked by Hebo.
Be right back.
Rat's hanging out. Bologna's a little far pushed up. Neja's on the left, so she's able to intercept Rat. We're going to throw our 3. Oh, I remember this. This was just a collection of missed abilities. So we would have hit that Rat with our ultimate, but he ults just in time. We see that Hebo rotates in, so we're going to rotate behind him. We miss our 1, we miss our 3. And since we missed everything, we're running back to tower.
Enemy ultimate down. Enemy ultimate down.
Chiron is rotated over. Neath is rotated over. We're going to go ahead and back. So since they have an Aphrodite on the team, we're going to want to pick up Divine Ruin nice and early.
An enemy has
It's also going to help us with Kukulkan. Neath has some heals. I'm pretty sure he was building some kind of lifesteal. And Rat has some built-in heals to his kit. So the anti-heal is going to affect everybody, but we're picking up this early specifically for Aphrodite. If there wasn't an Aphrodite on their team, I might have gone for a little bit more power early on, like a Spear of Desolation with Divine Ruin following that. But since there's an Aphro, we're going straight Divine. Rotating over to this Neja. Unfortunately, the Rat did not get poked by the 3. We're going to go between towers for safety. Unfortunately, Neja goes down. I could have ulted through the wall there, but that would be kind of a half-blind ult. There was no setup for it, so there's a pretty good chance it wasn't going to land. Getting pushed, getting really pushed, gonna ult. Able to get the kill. And I pop my Sanctuary just in case, or that was a misclick. One or the other. Let's go ahead and call it just in case. So while I rotated over, I did get a kill. My lane is getting pushed, so I want to back and go ahead and make my way back to lane.
Ultimate is down.
Enemy ultimate down.
So unfortunately we did lose our tier 1 tower. This Hebo looks really weak.
Enemy ultimate
So this is a
down.
huge misplay. Yeah, so I saw Lenny sitting there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do some damage to her. And then as soon as she like switches her target to me, I can just see it all play in front of me, like, oh crap. So she hits me with her ult, and then she hits me with her 1 to root me. So those are her 2 big damage abilities. And then I was able to poke her, but I don't have any lifesteal, so I didn't get any health back. All around, that was just very aggressive and kind of unnecessary, and she was able to clean me up because of it.
Catch these hands.
Your left tower has been
My victory was inevitable.
So, we are going to recover and make our way back lane. We are still ahead of the enemy mid laner, so we are doing alright. Level 12 at 14 minutes, so we are a little behind on the most efficient XP scale. We got our 1 off. Our 1 is doing some good poke. I see Chiron is in the jungle. The 2 people might be pushing him. This Hebo is super weak. This Hebo ults. Amaterasu is able to clean it up. So the people that went into right jungle are missing. There they are. They showed up back in mid lane. We're going to make a rotation left. There's nothing we can really do. So we see Nejah's going over there and she's closer to the lane. So we're just going to let her take care of it. Go back mid. Our damage is up. Let's see if we're going to make a play for that. It looks like we are. Gold Fury is up. We have a great ultimate for securing Gold Fury and for stealing Gold Fury. So we're actually going to leave damage and just make sure that they're not hitting Gold Fury. And then we're going to go back to red. Now that I know that they're not hitting it, we're going to hit the red. So it'd be nice to have some more wards on the map. I am glad to see 2 wards. Usually you don't see any. As a mid laner, it's not necessarily your job to ward, but it is always helpful. Right now, I don't have any lifesteal, and I burn through mana pretty quickly, so I've been buying a couple of potions. At some point, I'm going to need to transition out one of the potions and get wards instead. So right there, our 3 does some good damage. Our 1 on top of that does some good damage.
An enemy has been slain.
We could have ulted there, but it was either going to hit or miss for a kill. I'm going to kind of hold it, use it a little bit more defensively, try to save it for a team fight. Maybe I missed out on a kill, but he could have pretended to back. I could have ulted. He could have taken a step to the right or the left, and I would have missed my ult and then been on cooldown. So Amaterasu is able to push up right lane, get the tier 1 tower. Chiron is pushing the tower in mid. We are checking their red buff. It is not there. So we're going to meet up with Chiron mid. We have enough money for Divine Ruin, so at any point in time we should probably back and get it. Since we were pushed up on right and we were pushed up in mid, we haven't seen anybody in right jungle. I make the call to go for Gold Fury. And I do have my ultimate to secure this if the enemy team is approaching. Neath pretty far back. I don't think she's making it in time. Hebo is just at his tower. I don't think he's making it in time. I think this is an easy secure. Okay, so we're going to move our way back. Is our red up? It is about to be. So we're going to hit this. And that puts us at like 14.5. Their Hebo just hit 13, so we've got like a level and a half on Hebo. We are doing okay. Neath is pushing really far on the right side. Chiron is getting hit by 2 people in jungle. Okay, so we need Bologna to rotate mid so that the team can rotate right. And we're just going to throw our 3 down. Somehow Ratataskor did not get hit by our 3, which is a little unfortunate. Nejah was able to clean that up. Pretty good Nejah. We usually don't see very many good Nejahs in jungle, so it's always good to have one on your team. And this setup works really well with Kuku. We're going to push this tower just a little bit. Kukulkan's behind us. Time to run. We're going to throw our tornado down. If he follows, he's not following. We're going to pick up the red buff. And we're going to go ahead and back because we have 3,000 gold. And that is a lot. And we really need to convert that gold into a power lead. So we're going to start buying some items. So we have Book of Thoth fully stacked. That's giving us bonus mana, which is working with our passive to give us increased power. The cooldown boots also have more mana than any of the other boots. So we got 10% cooldown and some mana from that. Divine Ruin is specifically for the Aphrodite, but that is giving us some power and some flat pen. So the pen is going to help us do damage to everyone. And then after that, we are going to be going the Gem of Isolation. This item does not provide a lot of power. Easy kill. Wow. He just walked right into that. So we see this Hebo. We'll get into the gem in just a second. We're going to ult. We miss everybody. Now we are in a terrible spot between 3 people, so we're going to start trying to back up using our 2. Kind of chasing this Kukulkan. This Afro and Hebo combo. Yeah, so now I'm in a terrible position. Missed my 1. I hit my 3 onto the Hebo. Let's get tower side of this fight. Right now I'm so focused on Hebo, I'm kind of letting Afro do whatever. And unfortunately Afro is hitting relatively hard for somebody who has no defenses. And I'm hitting Afro pretty hard. So we are able to hit her with the 3. We have Divine Ruin, she's one shot. Let's get it. Oh no, Neath! We sank. It's too late. We dodge it, but she backflips. And Chiron goes down too. So unfortunately, Afro was able to get out of there. We missed our ult. We're between 3 people. Chase Kukulkan. Saw Chiron needed help. We moved over there. We focused Hebo so hard that we let Afro get our fountain side of us. So she was able to stun us, get some damage off. We were just a little too distracted, too split on who we were attacking. And good play by their Neath. We just happened to be standing on a bomb, which is just unlucky. Super unfortunate. Whoops. Anyway, we got Gem of Isolation online. So what this item is going to do is it's going to apply a either 15 or 20% slow for a few seconds. This item used to be very strong in the slow that it applied, but the power stats are not great. So this item is not going to give you an insane amount of power. Nothing like a Rod of Tahuti or a Soul Reaver. Instead, it's going to give you some utility. So if you hit the enemy with any of your abilities, it's going to apply a slow onto them. And hopefully this slow will allow you to line up more abilities and give your team the ability to land some things. And it's also going to give you some health, and I believe it gives you crowd control reduction, CCR. Right, Phoenix is under attack. We're going to see if there's anything we can do to this Afro besides take her damage. Able to get our 3 off. Yep. So that's all we're going to do in that fight. Alone is able to secure the kill. We are going to back it up. After Gem of Isolation, what are we going to buy? Soul Reaver it looks like. So they actually don't have that tanky of a team. And I don't think Afro... I think she's building more utility instead of like protections and defense. I also noticed that she had a Divine Ruin, so Soul Reaver is usually very good when they have tanky teams. It's going to give you a lot of power and it's going to help you do damage to squishies regardless, but you usually want to get it specifically for when the enemy team has very high health values. Doesn't necessarily apply this game, but it's still a great item, so we're going to go ahead and pick it up. Gem of Isolation is a fun item that works well on certain gods, and it's kind of a particular play style. You're not going to be doing the most damage out of any build, but it is going to annoy the other team and really allow you to set up for your teammates. So we're going to ult. We hit the knee, hit her with the 1, she's able to backflip out, and we were able to hit it with the 3, so we were able to secure the kill. Bit of a team fight going on. Everyone is going onto the Amaterasu. So we have the spacing to push up. We are going to throw our 1, throw our 3. think we got it. Yes, sir.
Challenge.
That makes us 8, 3, and 5.
Have you learned your lesson yet?
Enemies behind us.
Even though there was a little bit of a communication problem with Chiron and Amaterasu, I think things are working out. Chiron's leveled, and this Amaterasu is making some pretty big plays in mid, being a distraction. We miss our 1, but that is okay. We're going to throw our 3 down, and then back up to get the tower. Up, got some poke onto Afro. I don't think we're going to be able to help this Bologna. Yeah, so we need to back up out of the tower. Chiron's able to get it. Now it's time to fall back. The 3 of us might be able to get Pyromancer, although Chiron and Bologna are pretty weak, and nobody really made a call for it. That is a Ratatasker ult, so we're going to want to back up. IC's going on Bologna. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. I throw the Tornado to give her a pathing route, and he's able to blink out right before the Neja sash and my 1. We're going to go ahead and back. We have a spot, an open spot for some wards, so let's see if we get one. Nope. Unfortunate. There we go. Okay, so we went 2 multi and 2 wards. That's
Can you just
probably the
AFK
right call.
tower?
So there's 3 in left, there's 1 in mid. We might need to keep an eye on any attempts to go for Fire Giant right now. But instead of doing that, we're going to go for red. Looks like, yeah, it looks like they're not going for it. If they all would have crashed it, they could have started it, and maybe we'd make a rotation over in time. But we're just going to get the XP leading up to the Fire Giant, and then we're going to try to get a ward down. Successful wards placed. 1. That's okay. We're going to see how the game goes. Usually we like to place 2 wards. So I see Chiron's getting pushed. We're going to make a rotation over, see if there's anything we can
What are you even
do.
doing?
3 people over here. Looks like Amaterasu's routing. I'm just going to go ahead and back because it looks like they're about to push the Phoenix. And if I were to try to route back, they could catch me out through jungle. So I'm just going to take the safe play and back fully, so that way I can make my way over to right lane. They make their appearance back in mid. So we're going to rotate over.
An enemy has been
Neja is
slain.
able to clean the Ratatasker up. Now it looks like it's Bologna that needs the help. Oh, so this should be a dead Hebo. Okay, he ults out. Not interested anymore. We're going to go back, try to help our team. We ult. Unfortunately, don't get anything. Yeah, so that was a very bad.
Where's my team?
As soon as we saw the Kukulkan, we needed to readjust our plan there. We were going to just run into lane, try to do some damage, and fall under Phoenix, but we saw the Kukulkan, and we should have backed up after that. Kukulkan was able to CC us enough for the damage to come in and clean us up. So that was just bad routing.
We can do this together.
So after Soul Reaver, I think we're going Obsidian Shard. So things to look out for now that we're entering the late game. Ratatasker is kind of falling off just a little bit as he does. Hebo should be coming online, meaning he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Afro should be our primary target, a majority of fights. Kukulkan can probably solo us, so we want to hang out with our teammates whenever we see him around. And then Neath, this Neath seems reasonably good, so we gotta kind of keep an eye out for her too. She's gonna have the damage to melt us.
On my way.
So there's a grouping of 4 in the middle. We also have vision on Gold Fury and Fire Giant. Amaterasu's just going in it. I could have tried to ult off of Ama's ult, but she went for the Neath and Afro, and Afro was able to just ult.
Smell my.
So Chiron's able to get a double kill. A nice little double kill. We got the slow off on the Afro. You can just see how much it messes with her speed. Unfortunately, so the Hebo too, his water carpet makes you immune to slows for the teammates. So if they run on the water carpet, my slow is not going to apply. Right here I'm hanging out in jungle, trying to get poke onto the Afro Hebo as they push up. As long as Kukulkan does not come into jungle, I should be good to position here. Still trying to focus Afro. I see the Hebo carpet. Able to get my 3 off. Moving around the backside. Hebo eats that for her, although I think she was an ultimate. So here comes the, yeah. They finally crashed on me in that corner. The Hebo ult just took away all my health.
Enemy ultimate down.
So that was a little unfortunate. It would have been nice to group up with my team, maybe have somebody else in that jungle, although I think the Hebo ult would have melted me regardless. So right now I'm telling the team we need to focus Afro, and it is a pain to type a custom message on Xbox.
Why am I so good at
I know on PC people type out paragraphs and essays about their strategies on how they think they can win this game, but I rarely ever type a custom message, and I felt like it was needed this game. So it's just Chiron left. Neath backflips into tower to try to get closer. Misses her one. Come on, Chiron. Let's see the magic. So they are pushing our Phoenix. They could have gone fire. They could have gone gold. They did not go either. Not a very objective-based team.
Your left Phoenix is under attack.
If I would have hit that, she would have died. We're going to push up, try to get a little bit of pressure onto her. Blind ult, terrible idea. Just complete waste of ult. She just goes back mid. Probably laughing her little Neath butt off right now. Line attack miss. Gotta clean up the minions and then fall back. The tower is not that important, although we were able to defend it. But here comes Kukulkan. Man, does he get melted. They got the tower, but we got their solo laner, and we were able to get the Ratatasker. So now it's a full-on push forward.
So good at the game.
Able to get another assist there. Now it's the Hebo's turn to die in the march of victory. So because he was on his carpet, the slow did not apply. He was able to move out of range of my 3. It's a little unfortunate. Able to get the setup. Alma just got a very nice double kill.
Let's go, baby.
And I think that's going to be game. I think we can just push Titan after this. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you liked about it, which god you want to see played next. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.